Alright everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Pokemon X. And today, we've got to take on Victory Road. Now, there's one big change to the team, which is we've got Shrimpy in the team. But other than that, we have pretty much the same team that we normally do. H-Slash is just the one Pokemon that we can kind of live without. I mean, if we find a fairy type Pokemon, we're just gonna have to brute force it pretty much. Part of the reasoning is we need to teach someone Waterfall, and we also need Surf. And because we need those two moves, when it comes to our Pokemon, we just had to make a sacrifice. So that is the sacrifice that we've made for this team. So let's go on ahead and get going, and if you're enjoying the series so far, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and all that good fun stuff. And let's head on our way. We're going to probably have a ton of battles to do and in this episode, so that'll be good fun. And let's get started with them right away. Alright, so let's continue on to... We could have probably skipped this one. Actually, I haven't had to play through a couple of various different victory roads over the recent past, somewhat recent past. One thing I have noticed is this is aesthetically one of the best. I think Black and White 2 probably still is the best, but anyway. This is the gate to the entrance to Victory Road. Only trainers who've collected all 8 badges may pass. Total number of badges is 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, you've all 8. Well then, let me test your abilities. Okay, that battle is finally over, and let's head on our way into the Victory Road. We have to do the little badge thing, which is pretty cool actually, little animation. And yeah, Victory Road, here we come. Alright, this animation is taking a bit of time, but there, oh, that's cool. That's the stairs. We head on up into, I think it is the heart of the region, so there we are, entering finally into Victory Road. So let's go ahead, actually use a repel first and foremost, because otherwise we will be running into just about every single Pokemon possible. We have 7, hoping that should be enough. And we've got a battle. Yeah, that was a bit easier. Alright, so we do immediately need to use Surf, which, again, we could have taught a Pokemon to, but I think we need Waterfall, so we might as well just go this way and do what we need to do here. Alright, well, these battles are getting pretty crazy. I see where I kind of want to avoid some of them because I don't want to do every single battle. It can be a bit much. We got another one. I think we might need to heal up a little bit here with some of our Pokemon. I kind of forgot that they'd been getting a little bit beat up. I remember the first time I actually did this Victory Road somewhat well, because at first I thought, oh, it's one of these similar to Black and White 2, where, you know, you just kind of go up and down all around the place, and it's not just a big cave, and for some reason I was against the big cave thing. I don't know why, but I didn't like Big Cave. No, I did like Big Cave, and I didn't like it when it wasn't Big Cave, is what I should say. I'm gonna say nowadays, I really like the whole, like, in and out and all around thing. To me, it just makes a much better Victory Road, much more interesting Victory Road as well. I think of the two best have to be this one and, for me at least, have to be this one and Black and White 2. But it didn't used to be that way. I think if you'd asked me that same question 10 years ago, pretty much, it would have been a completely different answer. And, yeah, it's kind of interesting how those things change. But we got another battle. And I wonder how much of this... I guess, which side? Okay, well, definitely not this side then. I guess we need to go this way here, and then that'll bump us up, and then we still get the wild Pokemon from, I guess it's from running everywhere, which is kind of annoying. Especially when they're Pokemon that are would have super effective moves against us. So let's heal up, because I keep forgetting to heal up. Should probably be paying a little bit more attention. Okay, we need to move that, so we need to go through this way and battle another trainer. But maybe one thing I could do is a video doing, like, ranking every Victory Road, because although there are some that I haven't done, there are enough that I've done where I could just, wouldn't be able to talk on every single one, but, which might have upset a few people, but on the whole, I could talk about a decent chunk of them. Anyway, we got a double battle here. Yeah, I think I could do a video. I think that'd be an interesting one. Oh, there's a little outcrop here. I wonder if this is just for an item. Yeah, just for an item, but it's okay. I do like the little outcrops for an item type of thing. I feel like this may not have been the first, but it was definitely one of the first games that was a little bit, just follow the directions that you're supposed to be going in, and really another wild Pokemon. But, just press forward and you'll, or whichever button you need to go in the right direction, but it's, not like one big route where you kind of have to get from, you don't really know where to go, but very kind of linear progression. But I will say, this game, despite that, I think does a lot really well, and it does have enough little outcrops and areas where it doesn't feel overly linear. That was one of the big complaints that I actually had in which game was it? It was Sword and Shield, where I really felt that everything was so linear. There was no room for anything in terms of just a little outcrop here or there, because items started becoming a little bit more random. Oh, wait a second. I've been thinking ever since all that trouble in Geosenge. Lysandra chose only Team Flare. You and I chose everyone but Team Flare. But since our positions forced our hands, you can't really say any of us were right. That's what I feel. That's why I feel that. If both sides have something to say, maybe it's best to meet halfway. So I made a decision. From now on, I don't want to battle just to win, but to see how you and your Pokémon think and feel. It's the kind of Pokémon battle I'm gonna have with you right now. Alright, so we get to have a battle with our rival here, who finally has a number of Pokémon. I'm probably gonna have to break Victory Road into 2 parts as well, which I wasn't expecting on doing, but I might do that and then have to face the potentially unnerving fact that it'll have been 2 weeks without a Storm Silver episode, and that I'm definitely just procrastinating at this point the ability to do like 3 battles in a row, all boss battles in a row. But we'll get to that at some point. But yeah, it is. This is a longer. I didn't remember this being as long as it was, but I also don't want it to be like too short, because if we get to the point where it's like, oh, like the next episode is like, oh, well, it took 5 minutes to do all that, and that's not as good. But I feel like I remember someone doing a 2-parter for Victory Road in this game a couple years back. Well, I say a couple years back, from like 11 years back, realistically. So, but we finally get to battle one of our rivals with a lot of other Pokemon. That's actually quite nice to have here, especially because thinking about, you know, the Pokemon that and the trainers that we've gone up against, it hasn't really been all too difficult. I mean, even if I know it's been suggested a couple times, so just change a few of these settings and don't use potions in battles and things like that. And maybe there have been cases where that would have been really apparent, the difference. But even then, I still think some of the battles in this game just generally can be chalked up as a little bit easy. And but it is. I think that the game would have done better if maybe you got a little less experience. There were a few more Pokemon around, and the battles were just a little bit more difficult with a little bit of added strategy, whether it just be held items from like Gym 3/4 onwards, or just Pokemon trainers with more Pokemon. Especially considering how the post-game of this game works. It wasn't like there was a big, crazy story that happened. There wasn't. It's not like a Black 2 situation where there's a million things that you can still do. Like, a Black 2 is one of those games where you actually want to be at a point where it's like, okay, I'm mid-level 60s or low or high level 50s, something around that point, and there's still so much more to do and explore, and you know, you're gonna end the game kind of at like level 80 with your Pokemon, unless you're really continuing to play. And so there's that. Whereas this game, I don't think really has a need for that. So I still can't believe you. Alright, well, there we go. We get a ton of money for winning. Wasn't that hard of a battle. It's hard to put a finger on exactly, but I feel like you and I are alike. And that's why I didn't want to lose to you. But I think the reason we're so alike is because we have so many things in common. I'm really happy that we're friends. Oh, and we get some max revives. That's kind of nice. I'm renewing my rivalry with you. Since you're my rival, I want you to become a stronger and stronger Pokemon trainer. We'll keep getting stronger too, of course. I suppose the first step is mastering the power that comes from the bond between me and my Pokemon, just like you did. Do your best at the Pokemon League, and also a trainer like you can handle it. I'm also realizing I'm pretty sure this isn't a ledge, and we can just, yeah, step on up and get a quick ball. I wonder if that is the Snowbell City. I think it is Snowbell City? Snowball City? Whatever it was. Where we got the gym. That's why all that icy, frosty stuff is there. This, it's just a little way down. Probably find that exact where that is. Okay. I blame the game on that one. Yeah, because I think we have to go down here. Oh, if I could just remember. Well, that would have been for an item. I wonder if that's the rock at the entrance hall thing. Because there was a strength over there. Maybe it probably isn't. Anyway, we got a battle here. Alright, I have no idea if that's the where we need to go. It could be. It could very well be the point at which we need to go to. I'm interested to see where this goes. Because if it goes to that entrance area, where... Okay, this goes all the way down. Because if it goes to the entrance... Oh no, it goes all the way here. Oh, well actually that's a really nice shortcut. Because, obviously if you're trying to get back through or get to certain points, and I think the point is one that you do go back to at some point for something. It might just be a rematch with your rival at some point, but I think there is something, so you know that's a helpful little way to get to that point, and good to know about. All right, let's see if this is the area that we need to go to in the first place. The Pokemon League. No, but I think this is actually one of the last bits, so we don't have too many battles left. I have been working on the transfer lock again, finally, because I needed to get back into it. I'd been struggling to... I'm about just under halfway through the next game, and I just stopped playing it for really no reason other than I just stopped playing it. And I don't know why we weren't able to use Surf there, but there we go. I wonder if we can go up the waterfall. I mean, we can use it, so might as well try. But yeah, I was thinking about all of this for an item. But yeah, so I have been recording, oh my goodness, Pokemon! The transfer lock. It is kind of interesting getting, oh my goodness, a wild Hydreigon? Really? It's a shame that Pokemon got so heavily nerfed by this one move and one Pokemon. But, well, the type of fairy. But anyway, I am looking forward to playing that game like down the line when we get to, say, a point like Pokemon X or Y or whichever one I choose to play at the time. Now that I definitely know I'm able to do it as well, and will be able to, just because I think it'll be one of those points where it's really quite interesting to see kind of the difference in the game at this point versus where we have been with other games. Kind of like, well, one thing I can tell is we got a battle. But yeah, I can tell that it's noticeably, the levels are higher, but it's not a crazy amount levels higher. We still got 2 more battles, dang. And there we go. I think that is it, and there's nothing more to go, because that was a struggle, and we've made it to the Pokemon League. Well, there's one thing I wanted to say. I think we will be able to get to, in terms of the transfer lock, I think we'll be able to get to at least the 4th generation before we have major issues. So, that's my prediction. That's going to be it for this episode as well. If you're enjoying the series and you're ready to see me take on the Elite Foreign Champion, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.